Great. Welcome back to the Lucky Paper YouTube channel. We are here playing decks drafted from our friend Daniel, who's producing this off screens, all gold cube called the Reading Rainbow. I know you're off screen, Daniel, but speaking to that mic and tell everybody what this cube's all about.
Yeah, hi, this is Daniel. The cube is called the Reading Rainbow. It is an all gold cube. There are no hybrid cards, there are no monocolor cards, there are no colorless artifact cards, no dual lands in here, so no shocks, no fetches, nothing like that. Only gold border cards are allowed in the cube. The reason that it's called the Reading Rainbow is because there's a lot of text on these cards, and if you are not paying attention, the cards might not do what you think that they do.
It's true. I can attest.
And so as you're drafting, it takes a while for you to read all the cards and figure out what they all do, because you might also not have had much exposure to these cards. This just gives you an idea of what an all gold look can be like. So my first set was Ravnica a long time ago. I loved it. And then Alara came out with an all gold third act. They called it a third act set that was all gold. And I was like, maybe I could make a cube out of that. And so here we are.
And how do we cast these spells, Daniel?
Yes.
The most important thing about the whole cube, in my personal opinion?
The coolest part about the cube is that everybody starts with a Pillar of the Parents in play. The Pillar of the Parents allows you to tap one mana of any color. You can only use that mana to cast multicolor spells.
There we go. Anthony, do you care to give us a deck tech? And Daniel, you can click on Player One Focus over there.
I'm so demoralized by that previous match that I don't know if I even want to give a deck
You did great.
tech.
Don't be demoralized. You did so good.
So the challenge with this cube is everything is gold, so even though it looks like I've got all kinds of colors, all kinds of pips everywhere, I'm basically just playing a red-green deck. I've only got forests and mountains in the deck, and any off-color pips I plan on just using the Pillar of the Pruns to be able to have that mana. And I'm basically just trying to play a ramp deck. The draft didn't go great, so I have a lot of stuff that's not quite on plan, but I have a couple good ramp spells and a couple big payoffs and some stuff in the middle that'll hopefully keep me alive. We'll see how it goes.
And I am also playing a red-green deck. I am quite aggro. So, Anthony had, I think, 4 2-mana spells, which are effectively 1-mana spells here. I've got, I think, 13 or something. So I'm definitely planning to curve 2, 3, 4 in most games. I hope that's enough to shut things down. Anthony's cards are much more powerful. If he gets to cast the spells in his hand, he will probably win the whole game. But if I can get him dead before he gets to cast his meaningful spells, that is how I will possibly pull this one down. The little trick here about the mana bases, right, is it's a red-green deck, which means that every card is either red or green plus another color. And that off color, we're just basically always using the Pillar of the Parents to play. Or in this case, I also happen to have an Exotic Orchard and City of Brass. So it does make multi-spelling a little difficult, which I think kind of maybe favors me in this position, because if we're both casting one spell a turn, you might not cast a spell for the first turn of the game. So I might get out a little bit ahead of you, and there might not be a chance for you to recover. Worried about that Deafening Clarion. Don't like seeing that in his pool, but I've got to play into it, I think. I don't know how I'm going to beat it if I play in fear of it.
Be afraid.
All right, Anthony. Let's do a high roll. You win. Wait. Let's do it at the same time.
Stop. Both of you roll at the same time.
But what if I get the dice confused?
You will definitely get
fight to the death.
Oh,
3.
Hey, let's not get
I had
these
the
3,
because I'm not
2,
winning that fight.
1, 11.
Wow.
I'm sorry, 9.
That's a strong 11.
Oh, math.
Great. Starting off strong.
I'll take the play.
Andy will take the play.
There you go. Isn't it satisfying to do that? And you better hear the monitor.
Yeah.
All right.
Anthony has forgotten to flip over his pillar.
I haven't. I'm waiting.
Andy is nervous and pile shuffling.
I just kind of make sure I got the right number of cards. I do this between every match of every draft I've ever done. And a lot of times, someone, had something under an Oblivion Ring or something and shuffled into their deck or whatever. Got a question from chat there, Daniel.
If I was to gear up and make a second cube, any ideas you've been interested in exploring? I have this wild idea of making an opposites cube where your typical archetypes are the opposite of what they normally are.
Chad, I'm gonna mulligan. I got a 5-lander, which you do not want in this environment because I already have 1 land in play, so it's basically a 6-lander.
I'm gonna keep this hand. It is not without risk, but it'll be great. It's gonna go fine.
The difficulty with the opposites cube is that there's not a lot of support for some of the major archetypes.
What are the major archetypes
what
in
is
the
the
opposite?
opposite?
I'll
It's
bite,
opposite
Daniel.
cube?
Go ahead.
Sure. So for example, red-white reanimation, or
Oh, you mean like a color pie twisted
yeah,
cube?
color pie twist.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're saying the challenge with the color pie twisted cube is the colors
the
can't do
colors
things that
don't
aren't in the
do
color
anything.
pie?
Colors is so
Would you
weird.
describe the color pie as the limitation of the
Most-
color pie twisted cube?
Most of the cards that are like eligible for an opposites cube, like I would envision, are all from Strixhaven, and that is
Yikes.
just
So
not
what
fun.
if you just said, everybody starts with an emblem that says, whenever you cast a spell, do the opposite of that instead.
Chat, this hand is also not very good, but I think I have to keep it. So I am going to keep it. I'm going to bottom this guy. I can't, I think, afford to go to 5 here. I don't like this hand that much, though, for, I think, obvious reasons. All right, Anthony, are you ready?
I'm ready. I like the sound of that. That's how I have an
I'll
edge.
play a mountain, and I will pass.
Ooh, no.
13 one-mana
All right,
spells.
I'll draw a card. I will play a forest.
And you do have it? This is
And
unfair.
I'm going to cast a Black Market Tycoon.
That's a good one.
So, it makes a treasure, and I can, if I stockpile treasures, it'll start to hurt me, and I'll pass.
I'll draw. I'll play a forest.
Yep.
How do I want to sequence this? Let me think for a second here. I think I'm just going to play a Gruul Spellbreaker.
Remind me what this guy does.
It's a 3/3 with Riot. I'm going to choose to put a +1/+1 counter on it, so yeah, thank you. So it's a 4/4 with Trample, and as long as it's my turn, I and Gruul Spellbreaker have hexproof.
Okay.
And then I will pass.
Got a big 4/4 on tap. I'll draw. I'll play a forest. And then I will make a treasure and use the treasure. This is actually a little bit. Yeah. And I'm going to cast the Knot Vine Mystic, which 4/1 will make Naya mana. And I'll pass the turn.
I'll untap. I will draw. Play a forest.
Yep.
Well, you're definitely not blocking. But what's my second main phase going to consist of? Probably just that. Attack for 4 with Trample.
No blocks.
Take 4, go to 16. I will play this Prosperous Partnership.
Uh-oh.
Could I perhaps have my citizen tokens over there?
That card kind of scares me, to be honest.
I think it's fine. It's cool that you could do stuff.
Are you player 3 or player 7?
Player 3 or player 7? It's left and right. It's player
see.
1 and player 2.
All right, very good.
It's 16 to 20. Anthony has 16. He's player 1. I will pass the turn.
All right. So that says, can I just read that card?
Tap
Yeah,
3
that'd be
untap
great.
creatures I control to make a treasure token.
Great. I will untap, draw a card. And you have hexproof on your turn.
Just on my turn, yeah.
And this individual creature has hexproof.
Screek.
Play a forest.
Anthony has access to 7 mana.
That's very scary for me, I'm not going to lie. Did not like my hand this game whatsoever.
So if I do that, I think we're definitely doing that. I will make 4 mana. I will cast Kiora, Master of the Depths.
Speaking of reading cards, okay.
And then I will, maybe I'll read it too, just for fun. Yeah, sure. We're going to +1 Cure, which is going to untap up to 1 target creature and up to 1 target land. So I'm going to untap my Pillar and the Knotvine Mystic.
Actually,
Oh,
did you use Pillar's mana to pay into Knotvine Mystic's ability? No, that was the blue you used to cast Kiora.
The green.
The green was into Knotvine Mystic's ability. Okay, cool. So I want to make sure we're clear on that.
so now I can potentially make another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana.
Another 5 mana.
6?
I count
This
6.
basically taps for 2, and this taps for 1. Plus
Oh,
land.
yes. I had forgotten about the
Let's make 3,
Treasure Maker.
4 mana. Cast Huntsmaster of the Fells.
Why do you always make Huntsmaster plural? It's Huntmaster.
I didn't know that.
Huntmaster of the Fells.
Huntmaster. I will make a wolf and gain 2 life, go to 18.
Reading the card identifies the card.
And I will then
Anthony gains 2 life and goes
pass
18.
the turn.
This is gross, Anthony.
Thank you. My deck feels like it's doing the thing it's supposed to be doing. I just need to draw Godsire now.
I'll play a City of Brass. Can I do all of these things? Do that. Do that. Screek. The question is, do I care about Kiora? I don't know if I can afford to care about Kiora here. I'm going to play a Sky Terror.
Ooh. Okay. Difficult to block.
I'm going to take 1 for my City of Brass, Daniel, going to 19. I'm going to cast Winterthorn Blessing, putting a +1/+1 counter on Sky Terror, and tapping down the Knotvine Mystic and making it unable to untap during your next untap step.
Okay. Can I read that card?
It's got flashback for 1 blue-green.
That means that he can only use it once next turn.
You can't use it at all. Like, you can untap with Cure, I guess, yeah. But I'm being mana efficient over here, okay? And then the question is, do I offer trades? But you can trade for your Black Market Tycoon and your Wolf. Let's go to combat. I'll
Okay.
attack with the Gruul Spellbreaker.
No blocks.
All right, take 4, go to 14. I will pass the turn.
Now I have to do the question is, do I want to take 2 to have a bonus treasure?
Can you pass me that Sharpie while you're thinking about it?
I'm at 14. I feel like my life total is going to matter here.
It usually does in Magic.
You have a green mana up, and you can potentially make a treasure as well. You also
I
have
can definitely make a treasure.
and you. What's this token?
What token? I'm just drawing a treasure I'm
You're drawing
eventually
the
going to
treasure
make.
that you can make. Okay. Sorry for trying to be clear about the board state.
That's all right. You've made multiple treasures and never made a token.
That's true. I'm going to not make a token, so I'm just going to untap.
Cowardly.
Knotvine Mystic doesn't untap.
Cowardly.
I will draw a card. Do I wish I had made a treasure? A little bit. So this makes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
How could you possibly need more mana?
I got all kinds of cards in my hand.
He wants to double spell.
Jay, why would you willingly say the wrong thing?
Because unless you're naming a non-land card, it ultimately doesn't matter.
I mean, I could also just have improper grammar constantly. and-
Kiora the Bippity Bop. Yeah.
If you're going to do it, at least go all the way to Shmimi.
All right, let's tap this +1 Kiora to untap the Pillar that Peruns and the Knotvine Mystic.
What are you tapping the...
Yeah. What's your
What are you floating?
mana of any color?
White.
Okay.
3, 4, 5, 6 mana. I will cast Cabaret Confluence. I will choose 3. I can choose the same mode more than once. So one of my options, I make a token copy of a creature and sacrifice at the beginning of the next end step. So I could just make 3 Huntsmasters. I also have the option to destroy an enchantment. I think I just want to make 2 Huntsmasters and give creatures target player controls +1/+1 and first strike until end of turn. One of the wolves won't be able to attack, but that seems fine. So let's do that.
Only one of the wolves won't be able to attack? The wolf tokens don't have haste.
Right. So sorry, the wolf tokens won't be able to do that. Is what I mean. So
Only one wolf will be able to attack.
Huntsmasters.
That's more accurate.
Yeah. Wolves.
Just put empty cards under it for now.
Empty cards.
We'll believe you.
So you gain 6.
So I will gain 6. I
Go
have a
to
total
20.
of 3, and then I will go to combat. Attack you 4, 3. Well, these are all 2/2s.
Don't they have +1/+1 in first strike?
And they have +1/+1 in first strike. So 3, 4, 5 times 3, 15.
5 times 3? How'd you get to 5 times 3?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they are all 3/3s.
I see. Okay, I'll take 15, go to 4.
Okay, cool. And then I will go to my end step, exile my 2 token Hunt Masters. Have 2 wolves chilling.
Oh, sorry, right. Gain 4. He's only at 18, Daniel not 20. I messed that up.
Use it what?
He only gained 4 life, not 6 life. He talked about making 3, but he only made 2 copies.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I'll fix
Your
that.
go.
I'll make a treasure on your end step. I'll untap. I will draw. It's a real cool looking City of Brass when I'm at 4, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for catching that, James.
I'll sacrifice. I'll pay green white for Voice of Resurgence.
Okay.
And then I'm going to pay red green, sacrifice a treasure for black instead of tapping my City of Brass for Obnixilus the Adversary.
Ooh.
I will do the casualty thing, sacrificing Voice of Resurgence. Can I have my Obnixilus copy token over there?
Yeah.
I'm also going to get Big Boy. Obnix 2, Electric Boogaloo. And this Obnixilus has 3, this Obnixilus has 2. And Elemental, right? That's what that makes?
Yes.
I'm going to... You're going to have 6 attackers. I'm going to have 4 blockers. So I'm going to have to down-tick one Obnixilus and up-tick the other.
What does that do?
I make a devil token. I'm going to make the devil token first so I gain 2 life. And then you either discard a card or lose 2 life.
I'll lose 2 life.
And then this one makes the devil token, which... or the one makes the devil token. Can I have a devil token too, Anthony? Can I have my whole token stack that I drew?
Yeah.
That will be helpful. Here's a devil. When he dies, he deals 1 damage to any target. And then this is an elemental, which is big. I'll draw that later. And that's a 6/6 elemental.
Oh, that's from. Okay.
Yeah. And I'll swing with 3 in the air.
Sure.
I'm not
I'll
winning
take
this
3.
game if I don't start attacking eventually. You go to 13, and I will pass the turn.
Untap.
Don't like my
James
new op token.
says the non-token objects should be at 1 loyalty, not 2.
Correct. Thank you, James.
Can I read Obnixilis? Okay. And you're at 6 now, and you can gain another 4 life next turn. Man, that card feels ridiculous.
I mean, you can just discard cards.
Interesting. So, once again, I can make 1, 2, 3, 7 mana. You're at 6. You have 4, 5 blockers. You would chump block a bunch of stuff. I would lose. This is like a 6/6.
Mm-hmm.
I would lose 1 creature. You'd have to make a bunch of chump blocks. You would make some treasure. Cards in hand?
None.
None cards. Oh, it's so confusing. So also, let's imagine I removed one of your creatures. Then you have 4 blockers. If I send 3 and 3...
This is fascinating
Aha.
gameplay.
Reading the card.
It's on my
Explains the
turn.
Card.
Not your turn.
Read this card again. Okay, I think I'm almost there. Make 3 mana.
Mm-hmm.
Cast Hurl Through Hell on your Growl
Thank you for joining us,
Spellbreaker.
James. You have a great evening.
So I'm going to exile it, and then I can cast it.
I hate that. Yep. That's very bad.
I will tap... Let's actually not tap that. Let's just +1 Kiora. Go to 7. Untap the land, the pillar, and the mystic. Pay 3.
See you, James.
Cast the Spellbreaker. I will give it haste. And then go to combat. And attack you with the team.
So you think you've got me here, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 attackers. And I think I agree. All right, next game.
Whew. All right, that is yours.
Really rough hand there. Did not want to mulligan to 5, but hand was not good. All right, I'll be on the plate. Might have a true rock paper scissors meta on our hands here, Daniel.
Yeah, I know, right? Everybody wins. That's great.
That's how rock paper scissors works.
It's exactly what I want.
Do me a favor, Daniel, and press the little eyeball icon down in the
Eyeball.
sources panel next to P1G1. Scroll over to the right.
Mm-hmm.
Click the eyeball. Oop, see, it filled in the dot next to Anthony's name.
Oh,
up
that's
there.
cute. Look at
Yeah.
that.
It's very cute. That's what I was going for.
All right.
Ay.
Now the players
I mean,
look
sideboard stuff. I don't think I have any sideboard things against him. I guess
wildly through their
this is
sideboard.
actually okay.
See what they can find.
Actually, I like that. No, I lied. That's a good sideboard card.
I don't know what it is, but with these
Headphones? Is that
yeah,
what you're
on
looking
my
for?
head.
You're looking for the word
These-
headphones?
They're massive. They're on my head, and I hear my voice back, so it makes me just talk slower and quieter.
I know. It's nice. Makes you want to do it.
Makes me want to, be on the radio talking about classical music.
Exactly. That's the goal.
WBJC.
Do, 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 do. All right, I'm going to make one little swap, chat. Just one little itty-bitty swap. I'm going to take this card out. I think it's actually not super impactful here. I'm going to slide this card in for specific reasons that I will not say aloud because it will ruin my specific strategy.
Let's see what Anthony's doing over here.
All right, I'm making 3 swaps. Basically, let's make this swap just be a little bit more defensive. I feel like I'm not going to be able to get in effectively with this card. Cut this because it just takes a little too long, even though it does generate a lot of value. Let's just get something else that's a little bit more defensive. And I think that this symmetrical ability doesn't hurt me that much, but we'll find out. And then take out something that is a little bit less interactive for something that is quite interactive.
Donald, you got to separate the player and the designer. That's all I can say right now because I don't want to spoil anything. But you got to separate the player and the designer.
What does that mean?
I can't tell you. And it's important you don't know.
Interesting.
I'm on the play. Good luck, Anthony.
Good luck to you.
May you not have that disgusting of a start again. I did not like that.
That was a pretty good start.
And you should feel bad.
Let's check in and see what Andy's playing. Ooh, things are looking...
I'm going to believe, chat. I'm going to believe in this card. I'm keeping this hand.
the dream. Checking in with Anthony, who is currently shuffling.
That feels like too many cards. It is too many cards. All right, let's see what we got here. Ooh, stinky. All right, so this hand's not really what I want to see with this deck, but it also does have a curve, and I can play some spells, if not super quickly, so we'll keep it.
All right. City of Brass. Take 1. Voice of Resurgence.
Yeah.
Go to 19. Pass the turn.
All right, I will draw a card, play a forest, and say go.
Untap. Draw. Take 1. Go to 18. I'll cast Expressive Iteration.
Ooh, that's a strong card.
I will exile this mountain. Put this card in my hand and bottom this card. Play the mountain for turn. Attack you for 2.
Take 2.
18 all. Pass the turn.
18
I'll
fall.
draw a card, play a mountain, cast Night of Autumn. I will put counters on it.
Make a 4/3.
Indeed, and I'll pass the turn.
I'll untap. I will draw. Wish I drew something else there. Gosh, this feels bad. Take 1. I'll cast Winterthorn Blessing. Tap that down. Put a +1/+1 counter here. It doesn't untap during your next untap step.
Mm-hmm.
Attack for 3.
Take 3.
Pass the turn.
Untap, draw a card, play a Forest, and pay 4. Cast a Rumbling Slum. 5/5 at the beginning of my upkeep. It does 1 damage to each player.
Sure.
Pass.
I'll untap. I will draw.
The draws this game, though.
It's not going great over here, I'm not going to lie.
To those wondering why the constant switching between screens, it's because I feel like it's important to see both sides when it's in combat, but unless there is something happening to alter the other person's board, it's cooler to actually see what they're looking at in real time.
Daniel making bold editorial decisions. I won't stop him.
Winterflame number 2, or whatever it's called.
Winterthorn Blessing is what it's called.
Winterthorn Blessing. Winterflame is a red-blue card that
Taps a
does
creature,
some
does 2
and taps
damage.
a thing?
Yeah. I think it is. I think
Sounds
that's what
right.
it is.
What are the chances this goes real bad for me?
I don't know.
I don't think that bad. I will take 1. Go to 16. I will flashback Winterthorn Blessing, putting a counter here, tapping down the Rumbling Slum. I'll attack you for 4.
Take 4, go to 11.
I will pass the turn. On your upkeep, you go to 10. I go to 15.
Yep. I will untap only the Knight of Autumn. Draw a card. You have a 4/4.
I have a 4/4.
Oof. I'll play a mountain. Pay 5 mana.
Stop using all your mana.
Cast Ulrich.
This is against the law. Yeah, sure.
Trigger, I'll give +4/+4 to my Knight of Autumn.
Bet you will.
Go to combat, attack you for 8.
I go to 7.
Pass the turn.
Untap. Draw. Dang it!
Oof.
So mad! I'm screaming!
Are we clipping? Are we clipping?
We're not clipping at the moment. Whatever clipping is, I don't
Whatever
think that's
clipping.
happening.
Killing me.
I'm trying to.
I can't believe this. This is awful. It's a good chance I just die next turn no matter what I do.
You just put that in your hand.
I'll cast this card.
If I had John Lands, this game would not be close.
I agree. Well, I don't know if it'd be not close, but
Not
it'd be
even
different.
close to being close. I'm here trying to figure out my very narrow outs for the game I will almost certainly lose.
That's very true, BA. I did not do the setup, but I imagine that that would actually be pretty cool to look at also.
What's that?
BA Unicorn says, I think another screen similar to the Deck Tech face cam needs to be made, where the faces are a bit smaller and the top of the screen goes into the opponent's side to see their creatures.
We need more cameras.
The same camera, just a different scene.
Tap that City of Brass.
Is there a chatbot command that links the
Take
photo
one,
page?
go to 6, Savage Smash your Rumbling Slum.
Gets +1/+1, and then it
+2/+2.
+2/+2, and then punches.
Punches. Fights, but it doesn't matter that it fights because it's a 6/6. I'll pass turn.
Untap.
Show me any removal spell.
Now it is a 4/4 again.
It is.
Yes. Show me any removal spell.
Draw.
Maybe he doesn't have a removal spell, chat. He's not immediately cracking it off.
He did not delirium you.
Yeah, that would be a good idea, Matimmel. I just don't know how to do it and haven't had time to figure it out. Man, my deck is so sweet, I'm going to lose. I'm going to get
You
my
won
butt
against
handed
me.
to me.
You won against me handily.
I mean, this doesn't feel great. Is there any other way I can make this different?
How can anything not feel great for you sitting right now?
I'm going to cast Arnie Slays the Troll.
Don't I just lose right now?
No, because it's a fight, and you will... Oh, and you get a token as well, but it's a 1/1 token.
It only puts a single +1/+1 counter on it? Or does not
It
do
puts
it?
a counter next turn.
Next
so
turn,
I'm actually
okay.
just trading with it, which is unfortunate, but...
You get to choose how I block then, basically.
Yeah, I will have Knight of Autumn fight your
All right.
dude.
I get an elemental guy.
I will attack you for 4.
I will chomp a block.
Okay. I'll play Thriving Grove, name White, and say go.
Untap. Draw. Play land.
Okay.
Maybe we have a game. Maybe. Just maybe. Except I can't cast those 2 spells, which is a bummer. I could cast... I guess I just do this. Take 1, Daniel. I go to 5. Tahiri, downtick, exile. This guy.
What? Exile target tap creature, enchantment, or something.
Yeah. And I'll pass.
Untap.
All right. Andrew's
Draw a
back in the
card.
game.
Daniel, question for you. Do you not run any cards for power level
Make
reasons?
a red mana. Put counters.
There
on my
are
things.
cards that I have found to
Mountain
be
go.
cards that I
Oh my
found to be.
god, chat. Are we going to have a game?
I'll wait till they're finished pondering. There are some cards in here that I don't play because they're just not fun to play with or against. Grand Arbiter Augustine.
Do I want to give this thing haste or want to give it +1/+1? If I give it haste, it's a 4-turn clock. If I give it +1/+1, it's also a 4-turn clock.
It's a feel bad for your opponents because
Do
they
that.
have to pay one
Probably should
extra.
have done this first, but am I even going to discard anything?
And because you're not really playing a lot of spells that have additional
Honestly,
mana
I
costs,
don't think
it's
I'm gonna
not going to really
Discard any of these.
feel like
I
that.
think this hand is good. I will pass the turn.
All right. I'll draw a card. I will gain life equal to the greatest power among creatures I control. Feels good. I'll play a mountain. I'll pay 8 mana.
This Godsire? You're just hard casting Godsire?
Hardcast Godsire.
Sure.
What?
Here's where you find out this card is actually not good, is the problem.
Oh no! Don't tell me that.
I will make
Please
sure
roll
I
your
tap my
Nahiri
mana
perfect.
correctly. Yeah. No, I gotta do this and this and this and this. That works. Alright. Am I gonna discard any of these cards? Can I do better than that? I probably can. Given that I already have that. I'll have Tiknahiri. Oh, she's a +2, so she's at 4. Sorry, it's a +2. I didn't realize that. I'll Tiknahiri again to 6. I once again will not discard anything.
Okay.
I will play King Darien, the 48th, and I will take a damage and have Godsire deal damage equal to itself, equal to its power.
Rude.
And I'll attack you for 5. Pass.
All right, deck. 1 draw. I got 2 cards in my deck. I really want to draw. Forrest, go.
I can't believe we turned this around. That's crazy. Draw a card. Let's definitely do this correctly.
Attack me?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I gotta play it right, you know. Let's uptick and discard a card, draw a card. I'll pitch Skull Prophet to draw. I will have Spurbecker do 5 damage to you.
Okay, that seems good.
That's a lot of lands, my dude.
I kept a 4-lander, and I was like, well, I have a 3, 4, and 5 mana spell, and I drew 2 non-land cards the whole game.
Boy.
That was a little bit tilting.
Yeah, you got even... Yeah, that was nuts. I had just removal spell after removal spell sitting in my hand, and I could actually cast 2 of them in a turn if I had just drawn any land for those 2 or 3 turns in the middle there. But then I just didn't. All right, I'm going to do one more sideboard thing now. I have changed my mind about something.
And you're right. I do not play land destruction in here. That is sort of counterintuitive.
Chat, this is coming out. This is coming back in. I've
Pillar
decided.
Barons.
I think I was looking at this in my hand and didn't want it, so it's gone. Woof. What were your good cards out of curiosity, if you want to share?
Well, so one of them I reread. Glad I didn't draw.
Typical land count for a deck like this is probably 16 or 17.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't play many fewer lands. This is a 16 land deck I'm playing right now, and the deal is like, yes, you start with the land in play, but also your curve is substantially higher, right? Like, I have probably one of the lower curves possible here with like 13 or 14 2-drops, but I still have multiple 4s and a bunch of 3s, and I want to hit more land drops, as you saw in that game. Really wanted more lands. Yeah, I kept a 1-lander on the back of Expressive Iteration.
That makes sense.
Which I think is worth it, because the rest of the hand was very good. You're on the play, no doubt.
Yeah, and I'm going to make this swap. I do want to cast this card, but it does seem very bad against removal.
Which card did you take out?
My big boy.
Oh, no. We're
just
love
gonna
the
bring
big
in
boy.
cheap stuff.
I'll tell you right now, I'm just going to mulligan this 5-land hand.
Oops.
Yeah, so, like, to get back to the broken cards question.
So really important that I killed the 5/5 there with Arnie Slays the Troll.
I really don't like cards that are going to be unfun to play against. I like ones that are going to make you have to think about the way that they're going to interact with the rest of the board. So, for example, I put Shorakai in originally, and I was like, this is great because it has an activation cost, but it's pretty cheap. It allows you to draw a card and discard something, which will help for like the Chainer discard deck. But
I like how you're like, I put this blue-white card in to play alongside this red-black card.
That's what.
No,
you
I know.
do.
It's what the cube is all about.
Yeah.
It's just pretty funny.
But what ends up happening is that it just ends up being oppressively bad and difficult to deal with. And so I really don't want that kind of thing playing out. I also made a conscious decision to have somewhat fewer enchantments that are not sagas, because the cleaner the board state, I think the better the games often are. So being able to get rid of an enchantment at the end and not just have it linger indefinitely, that was really, really appealing to me.
All right, I'm going to keep this hand. I think it's a pretty reasonable hand. I'm on the play, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're on the play.
All right, we'll see
I'm
how
going
it
to keep
goes.
my 6 chat bottoming this, I think, for pretty obvious reasons. And hope this resolves itself, this situation we're looking at here.
Situation.
All right, Anthony, take it away.
All right, here we go. We're going to start things off with a forest and goblin and narcomancer. And say go.
So just green and red spells cost
One less.
one
to
less.
cast.
I'll play a mountain, and I will play an enthusiastic mechanaut.
Okay.
I'll pass the turn.
On tap. Draw a card. Your artifacts cost one less to cast?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what you're doing with that, but
It's a combo piece.
is it?
It'll pop off.
Okay.
Better watch
Pop off this.
I could Knight of Audiment right here, right now, maybe. I will play a mountain and pay 3, cast Huntmaster of the Fells.
Woof.
And
it. 22 for Anthony.
yeah, I'll go to combat. Attack for 2.
18.
Say go.
I'll untap. I will draw. I will Savage Smash your Huntmaster of the Fells.
Yes.
I'll attack you for 4 in the air.
Take 4.
18 all. Pass the turn.
Untap. Draw. Play a mountain. 4 mana. Ulrich. Enters the battlefield. I'll give my wolf +4/+4. Smash for 8.
Go to 10. Dang.
Say go.
That's really rough. Untap. Draw. I'll play an Exotic Orchard.
It's a good land.
It's basically a pillar that can activate abilities.
It's even better than the pillar.
Yeah, can activate abilities.
This is rough.
Double pip cards are very difficult to play. I did run all 10 of the cycle from third Ravnica
Cards you haven't hit.
3.
that allow for you to that really encourage really tight 2-color decks, and all of them with the exception of the Mystic really just went to the sideboard, were never really played. And I'd rather put in cards that are encouraging people to
Cast a
play
spell this turn,
than
otherwise I get
put in cards that I think that
Ranched.
are cool to force an archetype.
play Foundry Helix, sacrificing
Ooh.
a mountain to deal 4 damage to Ulrich.
Ooh.
Okay.
And I am not blocking. I'll attack you for 2.
All right.
Pass the
16.
turn. 16 to 10.
Untap. Draw a card.
Anthony land drops feels bad to me. I'm hoping to strand him with Godsires in
Play a
hand.
mountain.
So far, he's used every mana he's had every turn of the game and been ahead of curve on both his last plays, thanks to
You
a
have 1 mana
Narcomancer.
up, which probably means nothing, but I'm still just going to be conservative and do stuff. First main phase with my Narcomancer, because I think it doesn't matter. I'll cast a Burning Tree Shaman.
Sure.
Whenever a player activates an ability, it deals 1 damage to them, excluding mana abilities.
Sure.
Oops. Shoot. Go to combat. Attack you.
Down to 6.
Pass turn.
I wish I didn't have to sacrifice my mountain last turn, Anthony.
Interesting.
That was a big bummer for me. This game also feels very bad, chat, but We don't give up? Question mark.
Could give up.
This card is terrible in this spot. Boy, this is not good. I'll just play Kior's Follower and pass the turn. What's up, Red Hot Chili Stump?
I'll untap.
Your boy is losing.
Draw a card.
Unless you're a fan of Anthony's, then your boy is winning.
Yes. In that case, your boy is winning.
Knight of Autumn.
Yeah, you should have told me you had that in the earlier turns, by the way. It's a weird flex. I
Did
assume
I?
you're destroying this? Yeah.
Yes.
You said I might destroy that right now with
Oh.
Knight of Autumn.
And I will attack you for 7.
I will... What are my outs here even? I don't think I have any outs. I'll trade with the Anarcha Mender, go to 1. Pretty sure I have nothing I can draw.
Say go.
Yeah, you got it.
Not every game that Andy has won, of Nicholas has been a part of it.
Obnixilus was
Card's really good.
Yeah.
brutal.
Man, that was a bummer. Nice played, Anthony. Nice played.
Thank you.
Nicely well played. Nicely well played.
Nice.
Cool, this card worked well.
Rather nicely.
That was rough.
It's a bummer I never got to do the thing. I guess I got to do the
I mean, the thing is
Make
just
3.
curving 2 enormously ahead of schedule threats.
Yeah.
You played a turn 2 Huntmaster of the Fells and a turn
Live the
3
dream.
and a turn 3 whatever that werewolf guy is.
Ulrich.
I
It's
love that
really
both
hard to
of you
beat.
started this game with discount cards. I thought that was
Really
cool.
hard to beat.
You both started with discount cards.
What you mean?
The Mechanaut and the Narcomancer.
Oh, yeah.
One of
I mean,
these
his is
seems
good.
better.
Mine's bad.
Well, yours is good in a different deck.
Is it?
Yes. Yes.
I think it's way worse than the Goblin.
The Goblin discount.
I would have loved that Goblin.
everything in my deck.
Yeah, that Goblin was great. All right, nicely done. You can hit stop
GG's.
recording, Daniel.
I shall stop the
Now we
recording.
have